Hi there, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be drawing some Easter pictures. I'm glad you guys can join in. Hope you've got a pencil, some paper, maybe some colors. What we're going to do is we're going to do three bunny drawings, some different types, and then we're going to once we've done those, I'll show you how to accessorize some of them and change them up a bit. All right, let's get into some drawing. It's been over a year since I've done a live stream, and obviously my channel's grown a fair bit since then. I'm in my little YouTube room at the moment. Okay, Easter bunnies. All drawing, as you know, is made up of lines and shapes, and if you watch some of my videos, you would have known that I like to start with a pencil first on most of the pictures that I do. We're going to start with a bunny, and on my piece of paper I'm just going to start with a simple shape of a bit like you could do an oval or a circle, but I'm just going to start with a shape sort of like this. Okay, so almost like a squashed egg for the bunny's head. We're going to go with that. Now this bunny, simple bunny, is going to be holding something, but that's the head there. Let's draw the body as another shape like so, coming around like this. Okay, so we've got the head and the body. Now, this bunny, you could have it holding a carrot or an Easter egg. It's really your choice. I'm going to have mine holding an Easter egg. So I'm just going to draw the Easter egg here like so. And it's just going to come up as an egg shape like that. Now, obviously you're drawing light because you don't, if we have to rub out areas, it's easier to rub out when you are drawing light. Okay, and that's why I don't draw in black pen straight away sometimes. Okay, so at the moment you can see just some shapes. It looks a bit random, but it will look like a bunny, trust me. Okay, this is going to be 1 foot here, so an oval shape there, and we're going to put an oval shape here, like so. I'm just going to rub out some of those lines there. All right, so at the moment we've just used we've got 3 similar shapes there, a head shape. Now, with all drawing, certain characters have features that make them unique, and obviously the Easter bunny, it's the ears that make them unique, and we're going to have some big ears, so you could go really big if you want, but I'm just going to put 1 ear there and 1 ear down this side as well. Try and keep them similar sort of size, and inside that ear we can put the light part. You can make that as big or as you like. I'm just going to make a little small one like so. All right, so it's holding the egg. At the moment, doesn't look like it's holding anything because it doesn't have any arms on there. So we need to make some arms. So I'm just going to bring a line around like this. There's one arm. And the other arm is going to be a line, so opposite side. Bring that around like so. And then we can rub out any bits that we don't need there and there, because the hands are in front of the egg. If you did a carrot, your carrot, you could do it something sort of like this instead, sort of a shape like that with a little bits. There's a little carrot, a cute carrot. You could do something like that. I chose an Easter egg for mine. Now we need to, remember, if I'm going too fast for you, you can pause it at any time, and this will be available for later on. All right, let's draw the little paws or the pads of the feet. So we've got 3 ovals and then another oval for the big part. 3 little oval shapes. Now you can see that I've used quite a few similar sort of shapes all through there. All right, it's time now for a simple face. Now this is where if you look online, there's lots of different types. You can have big noses, small noses. I'm going to go with small nose on this, like a little rounded triangle. And we're going to bring a happy face there. Okay, a couple of lines, and then how you do your eyes is up to you. Sometimes people have, you know, so these are some shut eyes, some open eyes. I'm just going to go with some standard looking eyes with this one. You could do big kawaii style. I'll leave that up to you. But there is a little cute little bunny. Now, I think we need to put some little details on the Easter eggs, so you can put some patterns on there. I'm going to put some a couple of stripe lines like that, curve it around, and then some zigzags. You might like to do something else on yours. If you wanted to, you could put a little bow in the hair, or you could put a tuft of hair here. So let's just break that line up with a little bit of hair. So you could do a little hairline like so. You don't have to do that. That was just a little added extra that you can put in. You don't. But there's a little cute, simple Easter bunny. Okay. Now, if once you're happy with your drawing, if you've watched some of my videos, you'll know that I outline and go over it. In this example, I'm just going to move on to the next Easter bunny that we can draw. So I'm just moving my page across. All right, with the next one, we are going to get into a more complex Easter bunny. So this one's going to be a little bit trickier than that one. Not too bad. This one is also going to be holding an egg, and I'm going to start with the egg shape first. So let's start with I'm going to draw it a little bit bigger. So let's see if that's on the page. I'm going to start with an egg sort of on an angle like that. Yep. All right, and this is where the head is going to be sort of on a lean, but I'm going to draw a light line, so I want you to draw lightly as well. Sketch it up, and then this is a slightly different head shape, so you can see that I've got the cheeks of the bunny rabbit and the top of the head here. Now I'm just going to draw a line, light line, really light, just to show you that that's the halfway, because we want to make the face symmetrical. That means it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to put a little nose on here now. And I'm going to colour that in black. Then I'm going to put some bigger eyes on this time. An oval shape for the eye. Another oval shape for the other eye. An oval shape inside there, which I'm going to colour in. Same with this one. Let's colour that in. Now, if you get a bit of time, it'd be great for you to comment where you guys are watching from. Obviously, I'm on the sunny coast on Good Friday. Hope you guys are enjoying your Good Friday, wherever you are. Now, I'm just going to draw a smiley face like so on that side. And you can put some little cheek lines here if you wanted to. So there's the face. Now we're just going to put a tuft of hair up here like that. And I'm just going to rub out this line. That's why we draw light. Now the ears. This ear is going to be coming out from here. So I'm going to bring that up. And it's going to be a little bit more of a shape like so. Not rounded. This one's a little bit more simple. Just colour that nose in. That looks better. A little bit more simple. This one's a bit more complex. Bring this around like so. Now this ear, we're going to have that folded down. So this is going to come up and around like this. And then from here, it's going to be folded. So we're going to bring this down. Sort of pointy like that, and then bring it back out like this. And there we have our folded ear. Now if you want to see the inside part, you can just draw a little line there. So that's like this part on the inside of there. Now to make this look like fur, if you've seen some characters, you'll notice that they do this type of effect to make things look like fur. Just put a couple of little lines like that on the cheek. And the same going the other way. Bump it around like that, and that just makes it look a little bit more fur-like. When I outline that, it'll look even better. So there's the bunny. It's got the egg. Now we've got to have some fingers holding the egg. So this hand here is going to be, make sure you start it up near the head and off the egg, because it's going to be coming, it's going to make it look like it's coming around. And then this is the same on this side. Start that one like that. So, and then we just got to rub out where the lines, we don't need that line or that line. Now these are a pretty cool little rubber, these eraser pencils. I kind of like using them. You can also get obviously the electric rubbers, or, and you know, your stock standard one. But I kind of like these ones. You get a little bit of control with how you can use them. All right, let's put some legs on. So with the hands, we're going to do something similar. So off here, these feet are going to be bigger. Let's put 1 foot there. Same sort of size. Try and keep that the same size over here. All right, there's so many awesome bunny characters. Obviously, the one that I remember as a kid was Bugs Bunny. Been around for a long time, the old Disney Bugs Bunny. More recently, though, I sort of enjoyed watching the bunny from Secret Life of Pets. He's pretty crazy, but funny at the same time. All right, so similar to these, this one, we're going to put the shapes on here. So one smaller one, one bigger one, another smaller one, and then we're going to put an oval shape there. We're going to do the same on this side. Just repeat that. Yep, they look pretty good. Now on the hands, they don't, you just want to put a couple of lines just to show some paws, like so. There's 3 fingers, and we're going to go this way here. 1, 2, 3. Let's put some patterns on here. I did some stripes. This time it's just going to be spots, so you can do whatever you want. So little dots on the Easter eggs. And notice that I'm not just creating full ovals. I'm sort of making them look like they go around or they're behind something. It looks better if you do that on your pictures rather than just having all ovals out in the middle of it. So these are some spots, and we can colour that in later on. Now if you want to, you could put a little bow in the hair, or you could put some flowers. Let's say this was a girl one, we might decide to put some a little flower here. Let's do a circle and put a little flower in the hair there. That can look kind of cool. Alright, so we've got 2 bunnies here, and I'm just going to rub out that middle line for the line of symmetry for the face. So one's quite simple, one's a little bit more complex. It's up to you which one's your favourite so far, but we will keep going and we might draw another one. This time I'm going to give you an option. We're going to have either a bunny or a chick coming out of an egg. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up, making sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. That's the beauty of being live. You only get one shot at it. All right, so with an egg, I'm going to draw 2 eggs, and you can either draw both of these or you might decide to choose one. So an egg, I'm going to start with a shape like so. So I'm going to draw the 2 eggs at the same time, and this egg has been cracked, so we're basically drawing a zigzag line. You could have that many cracks, or you could have just 3 like so. It's up to you. You could have the other part of the shell cracked off there as well. Now with this one, I'm going to draw a simple little cute chick coming out of the egg, an Easter chick. So I'm just going to bring that around like this. Okay, and then it's going to come up and over. This is the top. Just bring a curved line like that, with some little comb for that little bit, just to make it look cool. bit like a chick. Now remember, like I said before, with the characters, you can, it's the features that make it. So obviously the bunny, it was the big ears that make it. The chick is little rounded, cute little rounded beak. And I'm actually going to put some little cute wings on here. 1, 2. And what you can do is you can have your eyes open. You could later on, we could pimp it up or make it look cool with some sunglasses, but for this one, eyes closed is going to be some little lines like this. You might have seen these in kawaii style drawings as well. They can look kind of cool. So there's the little chick. If you wanted to do the rabbit, let's go with a bunny rabbit. I'm going to have 2 arms coming off, 1, 2 coming out like that. So pretty similar to this one, but this one's going to be a bunny. So the cheeks of the bunny, and it's going to make that rounded. Now you can see that almost looks exactly like that, but it's like I said, the features. So this one, I'm going to have an ear coming down. So I'm going to make the ear coming down. So like we did that other one. And then this ear is going to be coming up like so. So there's a little change it up. Now how you do, sometimes if you're doing a kawaii style drawing, you might just have some eyes on there, and big eyes. You can go like, these are really small eyes, so these are not kawaii style. The kawaii style are quite big with the 2 sort of dots like that, if you wanted those types of eyes, or you know the ones where you might see them where they've got a shape like this and one eye's shut, or one eye's open and one eye's winking. You could do something like that if you wanted to. All right, let's do the nose, shape like that, and here's a little cute little mouth on this one. Now the one thing I haven't drawn on mine, and you could do on this one if you wanted to, is a tooth. You could put a tooth there if you want. I think the tooth looks kind of cute on that one. Looks like it wants to eat the Easter egg. If you wanted to put some teeth on there, you can do that as well. We're getting through some drawings here. We've got 4 little drawings. How you got? I hope you guys at home are having a good time. I might, before we get into how to do some of your own crazy bunnies, we might colour one of these in, I think, because I want to show you a few little tips and techniques about shading. Let's do some shading. I'm going to choose this one. Now when we are outlining, you might have a Sharpie at home. I use a Copic multi-line as my preferred ones, because I can use, not only these waterproof, but they're Copic marker, alcohol marker proof as well. So I'm just going to go, and I'm not sure, I'm trying to zoom in, so I'm hoping that looks all right. There we are. Just going to outline this. So if you guys got an outliner, you might want to outline yours. Just going over it quickly. This is where, if you've seen my other pictures, how-to videos, you will know that I outline and then I add some colour after I've drawn the picture usually. Sometimes I'll do the black pen straight up if it's not too complex. This is where you can refine any bits that you like. Now if you live on the sunny coast, it's probably the first morning for a long time where it hasn't been raining, and most of this week's been pretty wet and miserable, but we've got a bit of nice weather today. A bit of sunshine, living up to the name for a change. Okay, I'm just going over my outline. As an artist, you guys have to choose the type of pen you want to use. Obviously, I've gone with a 0.5. It's a good standard thickness. If I was going for anything thicker, I might not be able to do my details. Anything thinner wouldn't look as good. Okay, so I'm just going around some of these outlines. like so. Yep, I'm just going to bring that up a bit more there. Making sure the ear looks good, because that's the most important part of the bunny, is the ear and some of the facial features. Yep, I'm going to keep that little bump there. I like the flower. And the other ear almost looks like a bit at the top of a lemon. Let's bring that around, bring that down. There's my outlining. I'll probably let that dry for a bit before I colour that in. So while we're waiting for that to dry, I might get into some sprucing up a bunny using some of your own creative ideas. Okay, let's have a look. I'll get another piece of paper. I'll come back to colour that once the ink is dry. So let's get that whole piece of paper. Now, if you looked at my book, I did a heap of sketches of different bunnies and so forth, just to see what would look good. And just by changing a few things, you can make your bunnies look kind of cool. So I'm just going to show you, using that first bunny, how you can change up a bunny really easily. So if I've got my head shape, this is where you can change a whole heap of things. So the original drawing was this. So I'm just going to quickly draw that up. Okay, and with obviously the ears, big ears, that's a quick drawing. Okay, now if we wanted to change this, we could do a number of really easy things. If we were just to do this, now we have a cranky bunny. Okay, that's a cranky bunny. If you wanted to do any sort of drawings to make it look cranky, if you put some shapes like that, you'll end up with a cranky character. This bunny, though, is going to be a cool bunny. Okay, so let's put some shades on. You could put some love heart glasses on. I'm just going to put some sunnies on this one. So here we go, we've got some sunnies. So this is now a cool bunny. Just by accessorizing your bunny, you can come up with lots of cool ideas. We could put like a big chain necklace on our bunny as well. Make him look like with a dollar, you know, a big gangster bunny. By, you know, putting a big gold chain on here, just by doing some simple shapes, and we can thicken those up and make it look more like chains. But I'm just showing you some different ideas while we're waiting for that other picture to dry. You could put hats on. You could have the bunny's ears coming out of a helmet or a cracked egg. You could even accessorize other things like Pikachu. I've seen Pikachu with bunny ears, etc., etc. So you can do lots of cool things with your own characters. All right, let's get back over to here. Hope you guys are picking up a few tips along the way, but this is one that I like to share with you, and that is how and where to put some shading on your picture. Lots of people at different stages with their art journey. So, you know, if you practice every day, that's great. If you only draw it occasionally, that's okay too. But the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So my bunny is going to be, I'm going to go light pink. Okay, so we know how to color in, but let me just give you a few tips. Coloring in nice and lightly with a pencil can look good. So I'm just lightly coloring in around here. So this is a pink bunny, but what we want to do to make it look better than just having flat color is okay, but we want to put some shading into our bunny. Now you don't have to have a pink bunny. You could have a blue bunny, you could have a green bunny, you can have whatever you want. It could be creative. Okay, all right, so I've just colored that area in. All right, now what we do is if we want to make this look a bit more 3D, we can have a light source coming from, say, this side. Then we would have to work out where the lighter parts are. So this would be all lighter on this side, so this might be a bit darker pink underneath here, so we might put a little bit of darker shading on there. On this side of the fur we might put a little bit of darker on this side of the head to make it look like it's 3D. On the undersides of these, so on the opposite side where the light hits, you put a little bit of shading. Underneath this flower might have a bit of shading, bit of cast shadow. You can probably see from my lights the shadow coming off my fingers onto the page because I've got light coming from above. So I'm going to put a little bit of shading underneath this edge, on the eyes, maybe the nose, underneath the mouth there. Just by adding that, it sort of pops it out a little bit more. Now, what colour could we put on the inside of there? I might go a different colour again, make it darker. So I can put a darker sort of reddy pink in there. You can colour whatever colours you want. Now, what controls how hard, my darkness of my colour is how hard I press. With the same pencil, I can go light, dark to light by using pressure. That's called shading there. We can shade with any coloured pencils. The other thing can help is how you hold your pencil. So if I hold my pencil like this, I can shade lightly. Don't have as much control, but you can see it's easier to shade light. And then when I want to go dark, hold it like that. And there's some shading. But we can use that on our work as well. Let's go with some more colouring in of the bunny. Nice light pink. I might leave the bottom of the foot. Oh no, I'll do that pink as well with some darker pads, similar colour to that. Now remember, if you're at home and you want to send me through your pictures that you've drawn today, hope you've been having a good time so far. It would be great to see them. I always love seeing what other people draw. You might come up with your own cool, crazy bunny, like I was started before. We might get back to that. Yep, we've probably got time to do that if you're hanging around. I can't see where people are from. Have people been putting where they're from? No? No comments? No chat? That's okay. There we are. I've got an egg. Now that I've got lots of pink there, a good colour that goes with pink is yellow. I'm going to put some yellow on here. Colour in some yellow. Getting in and around those areas. Okay, and to make that look 3D, we could use a darker yellow or a bit of an orange, because that's next to yellow on the color wheel, just to add some shading to make that look 3D. If you look at cartoons, or you look at even things like Bluey, if you watch the show Bluey, they have shaded darker areas of the same color to make them look a little bit more 3D. See how that looks a little bit more like it's rounded. Okay, and then another colour that goes well with those three is a light blue, a nice pastel blue. Why? Because they're almost the primary colours, yellow, blue, and pink is almost red. So that's why I've chosen these colours, those stand out. If you wanted to make it a bit more subtle, you could have chosen maybe a green or something like that. There's the colouring of my bunny. If we wanted to make him look like he was sitting on the ground, let's say he was sitting in some green grass, we could put some green grass underneath. So I'm just colouring in some green. And then I might shade in some darker green underneath there. Some darker green underneath here. There we have a cute little bunny coloured in with some pencils. We've got the other bunny, the other two little chicks, a chick and a bunny there. So we started with a simple bunny, more complex, a couple of more simple ones. Now we've got our creative one. Let's continue with the creative bunny, I reckon. We'll finish him off. Because he's a bit of a gangster, we can then work out a body for him. So if you have a look at mine so far, it was similar to the first bunny. I've just added some sunnies on. So I'm just gonna put an inner part of the sunny on there. And just bring that out a bit. Like so. All right, let's make this bunny. Cool. So now we've got to, this is where we've got to think about what it is we want our bunny to have. I'm thinking maybe an earring might look cool. We'll put like a little earring coming down here. We could put a little bandana on as well, but I'm just going to put a little earring on. Bunny ears, it's a bunny, so we could have a little Easter egg earring. What do you reckon? There's a little Easter egg earring on the bunny. Looks like a light globe. Some things work, some things don't. And he's a big tough bunny, so I'm just going to bring his arms in like so. He's going to have his arms folded up, so that arm is tucked in underneath there. Looks tough. He's going to bring his body in. All right, he could be wearing a jacket. If I wanted to put a clothes on him, I could, to make him look more like a person, but I'm not going to. And now I'm just going to put some big bunny feet on. Big feet like this. He's just sitting down like that. There's one foot. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Another foot. And then we'll put some little bunny feet on like this. Now, what we could do is put a little big fluffy tail out the side there. There's his big tail coming out the back. You know how they have a big bunny tail, and sometimes they have like this different coloured patch through there. I don't like the earring, so I'm going to rub that off. I think that looks kind of silly. So sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. That's okay. Probably the last thing I'm going to show you today, thanks for you following along and your patience, is how to draw a bunny coming out from behind something. We've got ones coming out from eggs, but if they're peeking over the top of something, it could be the word Easter, it could be something else. I'm going to just do it based on an egg. So let's say we had a big Easter egg. And I'm hoping you guys can see this okay. I've just had, yep, a big Easter egg here. I'm just drawing a big Easter egg. Big oval shape like so. There's my Easter egg looking okay. Now, this is another tip, that to make things look rounded, I'll just show you the difference between two things here before we go any further. Hope you guys can see this part down the bottom. I'm just going to draw two little eggs down there. Now, if I did my patterns and they were straight across, like so, and I did patterns like that, just want to show you the difference between these two eggs. So one egg is got straight lines going across, then the other one is the same design with curved lines going around. One of them looks more 3D than the other one. This one should look more rounded than this one. If I drew it a bit bigger, probably should see that. So that's why I'm going to curve some of my lines around on here. So we'll decorate the egg. There's one. I'm going to repeat that band down here as well. So curving it around, make it look 3D. And then lucky last one down the bottom there. Now to make a bunny look like it's coming over the top here, we might just have a simple head. So we could start with the top of the head. And this one's going to have two big ears coming out. 1, 2. Now you might see bunnies with shorter ears, bigger ears, longer ears, ears that are flopping. Lots of artists draw their bunnies in different ways. Now if it's peeping over the top, we would see just part of the eye. There's 1, there's 2. We're just going to see a little bit of their eye peeping over the top. Now this one might have a little bow in its hair. Little bow in the hair, or a flower, or something to break that line up. It's up to you what you want to do there. You don't have to do that. But the other thing is we want to make sure that it looks like it's got a hand coming over the top. So did you see how I drew that? Comes out and around and back to where it meets the side. Same on here, comes up, around and back to where it meets the side of the egg. We keep that line there and that line there, and we rub out this part of the egg. This part of the egg gets rubbed out. So that, you could do that with a letter. If that was a letter E, you could have bunnies poking out behind the word Happy Easter. So if you want to make a card or do a drawing for the Easter bunny, you might be able to use some of the pictures that you learnt today. I like the zigzag pattern for some reason. You might like something else, but that's okay. And I also like the circle ovals in between each of those. And we might put one more up. Yeah, we'll do one bit up here. There's one thing I'm missing from the bunny, and that is some little finger lines as well. And I think probably gone through a fair bit of stuff today. We've drawn a simple bunny. We've drawn a bunny that's a little bit more complex and coloured it in with shading. So remember where your light source is coming from. I've drawn a couple of little cute ones coming out of an egg. You could decorate those eggs. Your character, you can draw all sorts of characters. One thing that I would recommend too is don't be afraid to look at what other artists have drawn and have a go at sketching them in your sketchbook as well. So for example, the Secret Life of Pets, I was mucking around doing some of the cool drawings from Secret Life of Pets, and you can see some crazy jumping. I simplified him down. You can see some of the really bad sketches. If you've got a visual diary, it's a good way to go through and draw and look at things and come up with some characters. I've got some of these drawings are quite rough, some of them are okay, but that's where I've got some of my ideas from, and also how to become a better drawer. All right, guys, well, I'm going to say thanks for following along and drawing with me today. I hope you have a fantastic Easter. And remember, if you've got any suggestions of videos that you'd love to see me draw, I'd really enjoy trying to help you out with that. All right, have a great time, have a great Easter, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Bye. See ya.